Yeah, so hello people. So today we are just going to make a complete automation task of content making. So what we are going to do is like we're just going to take a feed from RSS of the MIT articles, and we are going to post on both Twitter and LinkedIn along with the videos. So let me guide you through step by step process of how to make that. So right now I'll be teaching you the entire make automation, which I'll give in the description after sharing this. So this is the entire make automation which we are taking the RSS feed from the MIT articles and posting it in Twitter using the buffer and LinkedIn, and we are using agent to create video and posting the video including it. So let me guide you to step by step process of this entire workflow. So first we need a source of what we have to make the content. So for that I'm using the MIT RSS feed. So RSS feed is like, imagine like a everyday article where MIT is keep on posting content on a specific topic. You cannot directly fetch the article. We have to use some other way to fetch the content of the article, which is the RSS feed. So what I am using here is the RSS feed watch item. This is the first trigger. As you can see here, I am using the news MIT RSS. You can see the topic over here. So on the topic of AI, if we need to go for any other topics like healthcare, genetics, whatnot, government, SpaceX, it's up to your wish. So here I'm using a number of written items as one, which will extract only one article. If you need to use two, the process is like first first content will be processed through the entire make scenario, and the second content will be processed again through the entire make scenario, giving you two posts on both Twitter and LinkedIn. So now I'm keeping the default value as one. Let's go next step. So once the RSS feed is being captured properly, it is being sent to Grok chat completion. So for making the content, so here I'm using a system prompt for asking the Grok to make the content respect to the both Twitter and LinkedIn. So in Twitter, by default, you can post more than 280 words or sentences. So we have to keep that in mind. So here I am asking the giving a system prompt as social media content strategies. I'll provide a blog article. Your task is to repurpose into three distinct formats, like, and also the video script. So we are also adding a video script for the video to make using agent, which we will post in LinkedIn. So here I am asking you to return only as a JSON format to extract the content. By default, in the chat block, it will compress every information on the result or the result into one single text, which is not be processable. So I am asking you to return the format in JSON. I'm also giving a set of guidelines like LinkedIn should have this following format of content. It should have a clear CTA, and Twitter post. I'm adding a two Twitter posts instead of using one. I'm using a Twitter post one and Twitter post two, which I later explain why. And here Instagram is optional. I don't have Instagram. I just added it for video references. If you have Instagram, you can add your buffer module, which I will show you later. Buffer connection with the Instagram, and you can also post in Instagram. So this is the system prompt saying what are the specific type of content should be available for each and every social media post. Yeah, and also in the video script I'm having a strong saying a rules like strong attractive hooks, how should be relevant textual information, the background scenario, everything. And yeah, so some basic scenario, and here I'm giving the output as a user from the RSS feed. This is the title. The description itself is the main one, which will hold all the information including the HTML tags. The title and summary are just for references to add some more context to the AI LLM model, so it may analyze the information properly and generate the content. And the most important task is that since the return format should be in the JSON file, as we have mentioned here, we should keep the return response format as JSON file instead of text. By default, it will be text. You have to click the advanced setting option and change this. So once this JSON output is being grabbed, we have to pass the JSON and split it into multiple chunks. As you see here, this is the result which will conclude in the form of JSON, as you can see over here. You can either add the result directly, or you can go to the messages, choice, message, content, which is same as the result, which will be wrapped in the JSON For that, we have to process it and extract the JSON file with the key value pair as a separate entities. So that's all for JSON parser. Now we have to create a Airtable. This is for references for logging what are the steps that you have did. The Airtable is just for reference. You can add this or you don't need to add this. So what Airtable record I created is like, first I created a new table called social. First you have to create a new base called content repurpose engine. For my namesake, if you want to add more any names, it's up to you. Add a social, create a new table, and you have to add the following like title, status, create a draft, everything. If you don't need to do this manually, I don't do this manually. I ask the AI to do it for me. They have a AI called Omni. See, this prompt I have given before. Create a table called social media post with the following format, text, single source line, pillar content, everything I have given on the AI itself. It developed the content for me. If you want this content, this entire prompt, which I'll be adding in the description, you can also take it. I'll be giving you the drive link, shareable link, which will hold all the prompts. The drive link will hold the prompt. We can also take it from the, see, this is the prompt. You can simply paste it on the Omni and it will create the table for you. So let's move back to the module. In the add table, I'm mapping the corresponding output from the JSON parser. This is the title, the source URL. This is from the RSS feed, the pillar content, everything. The LinkedIn draft, Twitter. This you have to. This will be a mapping module. So you have to map and disable the map and have to save this as a draft since it is not being published till now. So yeah, date is today's date. Now yeah, okay. So this Airtable is for references to keep track of all of the posts that you have created and pushed to the social media. So here I am using a tool called Sleep. The purpose of the Sleep is that in the next module, hey Jen, we are creating a video. If there are any two consequent information being passed to hey Jen, it will it will prevent the error. It will think like it is a spam and cause to fallback and video generation will fail. So for that, I am using a sleep module which is having a minimum of 40 seconds. If you want to reduce it, you can reduce it, no issues. First, you have to create an account in the Heygen. Okay, yeah. How to get account in the Heygen once it is being created? Have to go to the settings. Yes, you have a main dashboard like this. In here, you have to come to the settings option and you have to go to subscription API key. Here, yeah, Heygen API you can see over here. Have to regenerate this and copy that API key and have to look for the module called Heygen create avatar and then paste that API key, it will be linked. So here, the wonderful thing about Heygen is like you can even upload your images as an avatar and you can create your own videos. So right now I'm using an inbuilt avatar given by the Heygen, which is an anti-desk friendly. It's like a girl sitting in front of a desktop and um, speaking. So the avatar style is normal. If you want any mode up, you can add circles, close-ups. I'm keeping everything as normal. Just leave this offset if you want to increase or alter the size and the images in the videos. I think that is what offset is. In the API documentation, it just has not been given properly. So keep the rest of the output as simple. And here for the input text, you have to, this is the video script which is being created by the Grok module and is being extracted by the video script from the past JSON. So as you can see here, this entire LinkedIn entire result from the Grok, which hold a LinkedIn post, Twitter post 1, Twitter post 2, Instagram video script and JSON file is being separated to different entities like LinkedIn post content, everything. So from there you have to map it over here. So keep this as a voice pitch between -50 to 50. Keep this as a minimum of 30 to have a normal flow of pitch. So these are other scenarios, other settings which you can alter on your own. So save this and this will create only the video avatar. This will create the video which will be saved in the dashboard. See, this is the video created which and in the make. We have to add another module called get a video. Since in this avatar video, it will only return you the ID of the agent on which the video is being generated. So for that, you have to use that ID to download the video. See here, the previous module is telling you, giving you only the video ID of the agent. This get avatar video. So it will not produce the output right now here. You have to get that video using the ID by the inbuilt agent module itself. Agent is wonderful one. You can use it out of your own preferences. Here I'm having a router. It's having a filter saying I don't have any filters right now. The router is for in the Twitter. As you can see over here, I'm using a buffer module to connect to the Twitter. Using iterator, since I'm sending a two different post items, I can send them directly to the buffer, which is holding only one text value to push the post. So for that, I'm using a tool iterator to send only one output from the agent or the previous sequence to the next sequence at a time. Iterator will collect a bunch of output and send them to different paths as you can see in the image at only one output at a time instead of sending two at a time. So I'm using a sleep module. As I said before, you can enter two of the output at the same time. You should have some minimum delay. So for that, I'm using a sleep module over here, and here I'm using a buffer. See, um, the text value from the flow iterator 24 is being the output given as the value content over here, which I have to enter over here. And in the buffer, you can schedule the post content. I'm having this as a post immediately. If you want to add more customization, you can also do that. So this is my buffer page right now, and here I'm having a post to be posted, which is being scheduled. You can also connect Instagram, LinkedIn, all the channels and use the buffer itself. If you want more customization, you can also add direct X API over here. But X is having some. I'm having some troublesome with the connecting the Twitter model, so I'm using buffer to push the content. As you can see over here, I'm having a schedule. Based on schedule, it is being published. As you can see over here, I'm catered a time for posting the content. So here I'm having a two posting time on both morning and evening. So Sunday, Monday, every day, weekly 7 days. Per day I'll be posting two content on the Twitter. So you can also customize this. So only for these two posting reasons, I am creating a two link Twitter post. As you can see in the grok module, I am creating a two Twitter posts instead of using one. Twitter post 1 and 2. Since I am using a two posting mechanism, two posting schedules. So that is the reason I'm using this make automation to create two Twitter posts. So what the sleep module does is like it will first take a time and let's say 20 seconds and send the message to buffer on the iterator, which is only one output instead of two outputs. I'm mapping two outputs over here, but it will only send one output at a time, and it will store on a stack or queue. As you see over here, it is the queue which is being generated. It will store on the top of the queues, and yeah, as the next post is being pushed down, the queue will be pushed down and the new post will be stacked on top of it. That is how the buffer will work on posting the content. And at the end I'm using an Airtable updated record module. Since in the Airtable you have to got the ID which is from the previous Airtable module. So since last time we are using this status as a draft, we have to make that as a publish. Since this Airtable is optional, it's up to your wish. And same as here, we are using a LinkedIn created user text to post. You have to connect your LinkedIn account to the make. And once it is being connected, you can directly map the content from the past JSON over here, yeah, LinkedIn, which will be automatically posted. These are some other default settings which you can change according to your wish. And For posting the video, we are having a separate module called create a user video post. You can either simply post the text to post, or you can post the text along with the video. This is only for posting the text, and this is for posting video along with the text. And in the LinkedIn, we can directly upload the video. You have to add the video URL, which is a public URL given by the agent. See, this URL is being fetched from the get a video URL, get the video module from the agent. So it is being mapped over here, and title and the content draft is being everything given by the previous grok module, so JSON parser. The LinkedIn post content is being given over here, and title should be mapped from the table, and the visibility is being able to everyone, or you can connection only. This is another default settings which you can alter and change on your own. Yeah, that's all. So by using this entire entire module, entire make scenario content repurpose engine can simply automate the content posting task either in Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn. So using the buffer, you can directly connect to the Instagram account, and you can also post the content. You can also use the threads. So everything is being possible with the help of AI automation. So you don't even need to lift a finger. Once it is being set up, you can directly get the automation task completely. And if you want to go for any other channels, like any other topics like healthcare, space, government, politics, you can simply change the RSS field. Here I'm mostly focusing on AI. You can also focus on other topics. So that's all for today's automation task. Just follow the channel. This scenario is being meant public. I will share the scenario in the description itself. You can simply clone that. So that's all for today's video.